Hey guys, the new mad scientist here, and today, uh, ready?
Hey, stop stealing my intro.
But you're gonna cut it out anyway, so.
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't?
I don't.
Ah, okay.
You're basically doing the new intro at this
Alright,
point.
welcome back everybody, and today we're gonna be continuing with 2019's Fruit Basket.
Yeah, we're still on season 1. Last week, an episode didn't come out because Bailey had something come up.
Yeah.
And we're all going to be on Discord because other things that came up in my household.
Yeah.
Just last week was an absolute mess.
But we're back this week, and
Yeah, we're back this week. Small announcement, not related to anime at all, but as of when this episode goes up on YouTube, yesterday would have been Blake's birthday.
yeah.
Blake Belladonna.
Yeah, happy birthday. I like that name, Belladonna.
Well, Belladonna is a name of a plant.
What's Bellamundo?
I don't know.
Because that was my dog's name, Bellamundo. What does the mundo stand for?
That means beautiful world.
That's it?
Yeah, Belladonna means beautiful woman, and Bellamundo means beautiful world.
No, you learn something new every day.
But you gotta remember there's also a plant called the Tropobelladonna, which is a poisonous berry, I think it was. Also known as nightshade, I think.
I know what nightshade is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about Ruby. That's for later today
Yeah.
of recording. We're going to get through some more episodes of Fruits Basket 2019. I'm joined by both Bailey and Croakia. Links to both of Bailey's
Hi.
content. Links to both of Bailey's content, like his BitChute and
YouTube.
channel on YouTube.
8,000 strong now. So
Well
happy.
done, buddy.
Well, for next month, Life is Strange.
I'm
The
only
last issue will be over.
I'm
What will
only
I
an
talk
eighth of the
about?
way to 1,000
No,
at 127 subscribers. Links to both of my channels will be in the description as well. Go check them out because, to be honest, I have a lot of ridiculous ideas coming to fruition at this point. This being like the most tame idea.
Alright, well, let's do this.
We're on to episode 16 right now, and I think this is the episode where I forget if it's like, oh, this is like new content. This episode, because they go out to buy a swimsuit for Toru.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Because, you see, because at the beginning, the Toru's friends, they're at the swimming place.
oh yeah,
And then Toru comes in and she's like, "Oh, I still got my swimsuit from middle school or something like that. Still fits."
it's
And you
just
see,
the way they did it is just.
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
you don't really need to make it over dramatic.
except the blonde just starts crying. It's like, "Oh no, this is so bad. We have to get Toru a new swimsuit."
And like, Toru even manages to find an extra hair tie for Hannah so she can swim as well.
Yeah,
Like, she's really nice like that.
yeah. It's like a hair tie. Like, it wouldn't like her hair's too long to be swimming. She needs to cut it down.
No, it's like how you tie hair, you can swim it with it
Yeah.
at any length.
Yeah, or she should get goggles at least. You know,
Why?
so if she's swimming, the hair doesn't get in her eyes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like-
that's a fair
'cause
point.
It's like pools have chlorine, so if you're getting out and you got it rubbing your eyes, but your hair also has the
Ugh.
chlorine in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also found out that UF works at a convenience store. And like, she starts crying when she brings up the items of an old couple.
Oh yeah.
I don't think we ever find out that Yo worked in a convenience store in the original.
No, I think this is because I think in this episode it's new content,
Yeah.
and the next one as well because we learn more about her backstory.
So basically, what ends up happening is they're like, we need to get Toru a new swimsuit that she can wear.
Yeah, and then the guy who likes the maid's outfits is like, oh boy, you're gonna get her a new swimsuit outfit. And then the others are like, oh, why should we care about that?
Oh, you're talking about Shigure?
Yeah, Shigure. It's like, yeah, let's get Tora a new swimsuit.
Yeah, Yuo brings up the idea of that to them, to the guys.
Yeah, and Kyo and the other ones are like, why do you need us? You know?
Why are you dragging us along for this?
You go get the swimsuit.
It's like the classic situation of the guy gets dragged along to a shopping trip.
Yeah.
And it's just like, if you've ever seen like the sitcom sort of movies, the guy ends up like carrying like all these bags.
Yeah, or like The Simpsons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Homer tries to find a seat, and they're like, there's Chief Wiggum, he just pulls out his gun. No, you don't. Is he sitting down? So gonna be here for a whole hour.
Wait, Homer pulls out a gun?
No. Homer goes to get the seat, and there's Chief Wiggum, and he pulls out the gun. He's like,
Oh.
nah, my wife's looking for something, so it's gonna be a long. So I'm gonna be here a long, long time.
Yep.
So they get to the place,
And they're like asking, like they ask, Yuo and her asks what Tora's favorite color is. Neither of them actually know what her favorite color is.
yeah, and then Yuo goes over to Kyo and
Yuki.
yeah, it's like
Because I think in that situation they're like about to start a fight or something.
yeah, and it's like what color do you think she'd like? And I forget who, but one of them says blue and the other one says orange.
Oh yeah, because Kyo says orange because his color is orange.
Yeah,
And Yuki says blue because that's close to his color in a way,
Yeah.
I would say. Because like his color is grey.
yeah. And it's like then you think they're gonna get into a fight, but then the other one, Hana.
Yeah, Hannah breaks it up, I think.
Yeah, she's got just this scary look on her face. It will be pink,
And
based off her father's
Yeah,
white
so-
shirt and her
no,
mother's.
so the reason
other
why pink is Kyoko's color was red.
That's
and
it. Red person.
Her dad's color was white.
Because he always wore white t-shirts.
No, I just think that was his favorite.
Well, I remember in the flashback, he was wearing a white shirt.
I don't think that's enough of a reason.
Oh, I'm just gonna bring it up.
In the flashbacks, Yuki wears blue,
Ooh,
and I
yeah.
think Kyo wears orange in the flashbacks too, but I'm not positive.
Well,
But even then, his hair is orange.
you have seen the second season, Krokia.
Right.
There are a lot more flashbacks at the further you get along into it.
Yeah. What about a flash forward?
Nah.
When are we ever gonna get a flash forward in media?
You sort of get one like a fast forward.
Yeah.
But it's not really a flash forward.
Can you just imagine you got this like big epic fight coming up in the movie? All right, flash forward 3 weeks later. Yeah, we did it. It's all over.
That's essentially Final Destination if you think about it in that way.
Well, what do you mean?
When they get visions of how they're gonna die.
Yeah, they flash forward.
Yeah.
But, I mean, how screwed would your audience be if they're waiting for imagine Avengers Endgame, right? And it's like Captain America is like Avengers Assemble, and it's like flash forward 3 weeks later. It's Tony Stark's funeral.
Oh no!
And there's no like flashback or anything. It's like nah, it's just the Avengers talking about the fight.
There's
that is
also Breaking Dawn Part 2, the final fight scene that happens in it. That was all a vision. I feel like
Twilight.
visions are the best way to do a potential flash forward.
Yes, what team were you?
I don't care about Twilight that much.
I was Team Shark Boy. You ever see Shark Boy in Lava Girl?
Yeah.
That's him. That's
I know.
Jacob, Shark Boy.
I have watched it.
I know. God. No, because that's actually, I'm pretty sure it's Twilight came out 3 years later.
Mm.
Or something. It's like you
That's
got
something
Shark
happened.
Boy and he like had a massive growth spout or something.
I got it.
Alright. Alright, so back on topic.
Yeah, let's get back to the anime. So members of Yuo's gang are actually spying on Yuo. And they're like, because she got out of the gang, and they're like trying to get back at her for leaving the
Yeah,
gang.
you don't leave the gang.
Because the gang always finds you.
Yeah.
But they get distracted by the good looks of Yuki and Kyo.
Yeah.
It's like, beauty is a
Yeah.
perfect weapon to distract anyone.
Yeah, let's get some photos on our phones. Shing, shing.
I think they actually do take photos.
Yeah, they do.
So I think they actually they end up following Yuo and everyone else to the soba shop,
Yeah.
which is where we actually get Yuo's backstory in the next 2 episodes, I think.
Yeah, in this episode and the
No,
next.
it's
Yeah,
the
'cause
next episode and the episode after.
Yeah, because I was rewatching it to refresh my memory before we started. So this episode and the next episode is
Oh, okay.
flashback. It's like broken up into 2 episodes.
Yeah. So the reason Yuo joined the gang called the Ladies was because I think was Kyoko part of the gang?
Yeah, Kyoko was the Crimson Butterfly.
Yeah, but
because
was she
worked
part of
her-
that gang?
I
That's
don't
what
know
I-
about that gang, but she worked her way up from being in one of the gangs to being the leader.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was that gang, but
Do you know
Yo
Krokia?
looked up to her.
I don't think it ever says, but the fact that they look up to her means that if it wasn't the same gangs, they were at least allies.
Like a
So
mutual respect.
close enough to the same gang.
Like the same area.
Man, we gotta play Yakuza.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Alright.
So yeah, so they've gone to the soba shop and like they're basically like, we're gonna have lunch here, and Yo starts telling her story.
Yeah. And then we get the flashbacks and we see like how she got into all those fights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Kyoko or Yuo.
Yuo. Because Kyoko, we learned that the reason she's called the Crimson Butterfly is because she was so fast on her motorcycle.
Well, no,
It
it's
resembles a
because
butterfly.
like
Yeah, when she swerves on her motorcycle.
it looks like a butterfly.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
It wasn't about her speed.
Did you not see the speed she was going at in the flashback?
Yes, but it was more about
That was like
the-
some initial D shit going on there.
It was more about the movement of the tail light, not
Yeah.
how fast she was going.
Yeah, but the bike needs to move so the tail light can move.
The fandom wiki says that her gang was called Kamikaze.
Kamikaze, that's like a suicide thing, isn't it? Yeah,
Like,
yeah, the kamikaze
it-
bombers, right?
It is a term for suicide bombers now, but it also just means wind.
Okay.
Wind bombers. That doesn't have the right ring, doesn't it?
Unless you do a fart. Kamikaze attack.
It's just like the ultimate fart bomb.
No, it's like when you get a light up. Kamikaze.
You just flamethrower fart?
Yeah.
Or would it just go
Well,
up
they're
inside
also-
you and explode you?
Sorry, what? Correct
They're
me?
also a biker gang. They're also a biker gang, so they ride like the wind.
Mm.
Yeah. And when they catch you, they rock you like a hurricane.
Ah,
From the beating they give you.
oh my gosh.
You know like the song? Here I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah.
You-
Nah, no,
start
no, no,
singing?
no, 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 no singing.
Oh, what do you...
No singing.
Fine.
No, no, no.
Alright, so I'll just say it. Rock you like a hurricane. Yeah, that wasn't singing, that was just me
Yeah.
saying words. Alright, getting back on topic.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Toru ends up like young Toru ends up bumping into younger Yo back in. This is in the flashback.
Because the gang was mentioned that Toru's mum, she had a child, and she was gone by the name Honda.
No, her last name is Honda.
Yeah, but it was something else before.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I swear it was. And they said, nah, this is the name she goes by now.
No, I don't think it was.
Well, Honda is her married name.
Yeah, Honda's a married name, because she wasn't... Because didn't she leave the gang after... Like before she got married?
Oh. Okay, yeah, I know what you're saying. So, like, Honda was Kyoko's last name when she died. That's what I mean.
But when she was in the gang,
It was a different one, yeah.
Yeah, it's like when Yuo's just walking through the halls, and she's trying... Sorry, what character?
Her name was Katsunuma.
That's new.
Okay.
And so Yuo's walking through the halls, and she's like, "Oh, the daughter of the Crimson Butterfly." It's like, I wonder what she must be like. And it's like, this imagines like
Yeah.
a badass version of Toru.
The complete opposite happens.
Yeah.
But I think, like, she bumps into her and dropping the books. And everyone in the school just walks all over the books, like...
Yeah. Yeah, and Yuo's like, "Watch where you're walking," and they're like, "Oh God, let's get out of here."
I do not understand how people could be so ignorant of that. Because, like, whenever I'm walking around, I'm actually paying attention to everything around me.
Like, if you're a bully, then okay, yeah, I understand it. You know, you're just gonna walk over the...
It's like the scene in Spider-Man 2. Where he
Oh,
drops the
yeah.
books and he gets like hit by
the book by the
like
people's
one
back
person steps on his books, and then he gets hit in the face by a bag
and
and all
Spider-Man
that.
2, I was watching that.
Yeah,
last
but
night.
you know
Great
what?
movie, yeah.
He just got clobbered
Yeah, I love
by
that.
that bag.
I love that movie. The train scene.
Yeah.
Is that not like the greatest scene in any superhero movie?
Yeah.
Because he's trying his hardest. It's like, there's other great scenes in Marvel movies. Like, it's
Like Captain America holding Thor's hammer.
yeah, like and I can go back and watch those scenes, but there's something about Spider-Man 2. It's like, this is a guy given everything he has. You know, giving
And then
his
the
all.
whole scene where he's getting carried through the train.
Oh, yeah. It's
Like,
really good.
he's getting moved through the train by all the people.
Yeah,
And they are like, we won't tell.
yeah. Great movie, great.
Like,
but,
they see his face and they're like,
Yeah,
we
we
won't
won't tell.
say who you are.
yeah, I like when it's like, oh, he's just a kid. Tobey Maguire's and he was in his 20s
Yeah.
when he shouldn't. Oh, he's just a kid. But great movie. But anyway, getting back on topic here. So, when Yuo finds out that Toru is the daughter of the Crimson Butterfly, she's like, nah, this can't be.
That cannot be.
Because she's kind of like in disbelief, and like when I was watching, I was thinking like her mindset was like, maybe this is an act, like she's pretending to be this way. Because like in I was the Boring World with the concept
Shimonetta.
Shimonetta, yeah. And what's her name?
Anna?
Like no, the main character of the blue
Tanuki?
hair. Yeah.
Oh no,
No, not Tanuki.
don't remember her actual name.
The one with the glasses, you know?
Yeah, I know who
her.
you're talking about.
Yeah, and she's like got those. One time she's the class president, and then the other she's like the lewd person.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see like how she acts differently in public and as a vigilante or whatever it calls. Well, not vigilante, it'd be like criminal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like Yuo was thinking something like that. Like
Yeah.
okay, she's probably not this nice. Like it's all an act. Okay, so she finally gets to
She ends up going to meet Kyoko with alongside Toru,
yeah.
and like Kyoko just runs up to Toru and just attack hugs her.
Yeah, like bear hug.
and it's just like caught her off guard basically,
Yeah.
and like the two like Kyoko and Toru asked Yuo if she wants to stay for dinner.
Yeah.
Also,
you was
in my
like-
notes, I wrote that there's a plant called rapeseed.
Grape.
Rape
Oh,
seed.
what? Are you sure it's not Ruppy?
It's
Why is it called the R word?
I don't know. I'm not joking about it.
That reminds me of
But I
21.
think I noted that because like they use it as one of the ingredients in their food at some point.
You sure it wasn't grape?
No.
This was watching 21 Jump Street. I don't want to go to jail. You know what happens to guys like going to jail? It rhymes with grape. It rhymes with grape.
But
So you sure?
that is an actual plant.
Okay, that's a weird plant.
I think it's like in the I forget what plant species it's in.
Yeah.
Crackhead, do you mind doing a check of that?
I did just do a check. So, do you know what canola oil is?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's why.
Canola oil is made from rapeseed.
Okay.
So technically, we all eat rape.
Ugh.
Or like we cook with rape.
No. That's so wrong.
But technically, the truth.
It's also the second largest source of protein meal in the world.
Really?
So it's actually really common.
Oh,
So
okay.
wait, you say we all eat rape?
Right, so rape is a common thing in the world. Ugh, no, I don't like saying that. Nah, it doesn't sound right.
In context, we are technically telling the truth.
I'm gonna call it
We are
grape.
not being inappropriate.
I'm gonna call it Ruppy. No, Ruppy from now on. That sounds better, Ruppy. Alright, where were
Oh my
we?
gosh. So yeah, you're ahead.
You could-
Saw it first.
Sorry, what? Correct here?
You could use the Latin term and call it napus.
Napus.
Okay, Nappus.
So yeah, you're ahead. Saw it first, and Akamoto from Yo's gang was like saw Kyoko looking out the window over the outburst that happened between Yo and Toru.
Yeah.
It's not confirmed that it's Akamoto in the moment, but it's confirmed later. So that note right there is actually me watching the scene till later, and then going back and adding it in. And we find out that Yuo's mum left.
Because of her dad.
No, she left for another guy.
Yeah, because the dad wouldn't stop drinking.
No, her dad turned to alcohol because the mum left.
Oh yeah, but you know, are you sure he wasn't sneaking off some on the side? Like it was
I
a
don't-
minor problem, and then once she left, it became a major problem.
I don't think so, but
Yeah, no.
it happened to Yuo like when she was like this happened when Yuo was in first grade, so she's basically from the age of 6, like 5 or 6. She's had a terrible family lifestyle, hasn't she?
Yeah. That's what I love about anime. They don't pull punches. It's like, no, you get a tragic backstory. You get a tragic backstory. It's like Oprah just handing out the tragic backstories.
Everyone gets a tragic backstory.
Alright, so episode 17.
So yeah, for the first few points, I use the young terminology just so it's clear
Yeah.
to us. But yeah, she gets beat. Like some girls from her gang jump her and start beating her up.
You missed it in episode 16. What happened was when she leaves, she's like, oh, I was just disappointed. It's like, goes to Toru's mum. It's like, you're a disappointment. And it's like, what happened to you? And Toru's mum is like, oh, I lightened up a little.
Mm.
That's why she's so not a little.
Yeah,
It's
a lot.
yeah, it's like a little okay then.
Well, when we do find out later that she still is capable in a fight.
Yeah, that's another good anime. That reminds me of this. This reminded me of Niseki, I think it is. And it's like you got these two guys. You got this guy and this girl. They're like from these two families on different sides of Japan. They're like crime lords, and then the two like are together. And it's like, yes, you're gonna start dating each other so we can keep the peace. And it's like, oh come on.
It's just like get down the road.
Yeah.
It's
like,
Gotta go to
no,
the boat town to keep the peace around here.
Yeah, that's like go sign a pre. No, it's like I imagine it's like if it's like, does that even work?
Hmm?
Does that even work in gangs? Like,
I
I
don't know.
if you're in a rival gang faction, why would you be like, okay, you marry the son or daughter of another rival gang faction to keep the peace? Is that real, or is that just media?
I honestly would not know.
What?
Kings of Europe used to do that. Kings and princesses would marry, they'd marry off their
Yeah,
daughters.
I know
Yeah,
that.
we know
Well,
that
well,
happened, but we're
kingdoms
talking about gangs.
unite.
So like more.
Kings don't really have rules, do they?
No,
I mean,
the
it's just
Yakuza do.
a bunch of people on the street doing what they want.
Yeah, but they always answer to a higher power.
To a
Like
boss.
in the gang, yeah, not a higher power.
Just the boss.
Yeah. Alright,
We're
back
going.
on topic.
We're going to get back to it. So yeah, young Yua gets beaten up by some girls from her gang,
Yeah, and she has to use the traffic cones to beat them.
which is smart. Like, quick thinking on her behalf.
Yeah, and then she runs off, and they're like, "Oh, get back here!" Yeah,
And she runs right into Toru again.
and it's like, "Oh, Toru." Oh yeah, she
Like-
in episode 16 she shitbagged Toru. She's like, "Oh,
yeah,
we're not
that's
friends."
the point that I was. That's the last point that I wrote about.
Yeah, it's like, "Nah, you don't nickname me. We're not friends, Baka." You know when they say Baka, that means they like you, right? It's not like I'm interested in you or anything, Baka.
You're interested in me?
No, no,
I know.
just joking.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's an anime trope.
I'm joking around.
I'm not. Baka.
Hey.
Alright, so Tora helps young Yuo escape.
Yeah, so like, Toru's actually the one that saves Yuo in
Yeah.
this situation by literally grabbing her hand and just running all the way back to her house.
Yeah. And the others are trying to find her in the street, but they can't, so they have to leave.
So yeah, but they get back to Toru's house, and Toru's like, "Here's a med kit," and it's all decorated with like labels
Yeah.
to say, "This is Mum's stuff. This is my stuff."
And so she has to fix up the. So Tora has to fix up Yuo, bandage.
No, Yua's like, "I can do it myself," but then she doesn't even do it anyways.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't want to be dealing with it right now.
Yeah, and then the two fall asleep shortly after. Remember when Tora's mum comes in, you see him, and they're like just falling asleep on each other like that?
Yeah, so like, yeah, that does happen, but she's like watching the news and all that.
Yeah.
And like, in the process of like just her taking time to process things, and she's just like, I got angry because I've never had a good mum myself
Yeah. And that.
or dad.
Yeah, and that's the irony. Tori's mum becomes the mum that she needed,
Yeah,
but but not the one she wanted, because she looked up to the Crimson Butterfly.
yeah.
She's like, "Oh, you're a disgrace," but then she got to know. Would you say it's the real her or the new her?
I'd say it's more like the new her. It's like with like Toru's like somehow like got this ability of just like calming people,
Yeah.
or like just her perspective is enough to make a person just be like, why am I doing this? Which is an odd thing, isn't it?
It's kind of cool how Yuo looks up to her as a gang leader, but also looks up to her as a mother. As she changes too, the new her. Either way, she's still her hero.
Like the song.
Don't you?
You know
Yeah.
what song I mean, don't you?
No.
The one I need a hero.
Holding out. Yeah.
Great song.
Yeah, from Greece.
From Greece.
Holding out for Hero.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Holding up her here.
Yeah, that's in the movie Grease.
Was it in
Did
the
you
movie
not know
Grease?
that?
I haven't seen Grease in like a decade.
I watched it like probably like 5 times.
I know that Sandy's dead, and the events of the movie are just happening in her head. That's
No,
why.
that's a theory.
No, because at the end the car drives up into the sky,
But
and the two go to heaven.
it's not confirmed.
Well, technically she goes to heaven because she's dead,
That's not confirmed theory.
but it's not denied either.
Yeah, but
How else do you explain the car just flying off at the end?
I am not. We're not getting into Greece right now. We'll save that for some other video.
Alright.
Jeez.
Alright.
And that video is not ever gonna happen.
Then why are you saving it?
Old movies versus reality.
There we go. We already
No,
got the title.
no.
Let's go.
No. Although, like, with that, you can do. We'll talk a
Yeah.
lot more about theories
like-
of old movies.
Yeah, 20th century movies versus 21st century reality.
I would rather slap your nose off right now.
Make me look like Voldemort.
Yeah.
Alright, wait.
Baka.
My pride. Alright, so where are we now?
So I think we've reached the end of the flashback at this point, and like, so the members of the gang that are following her finally decide we're gonna confront her and to fight her and basically be like, we beat you in a fight.
Oh, they were the ones, the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, so-
that was following her, like they were following her earlier.
Yeah, because remember they entered the Soma house?
No, they're the sober shop.
Sober shop. Yeah, but later they go in the Soma house when she...
No, they don't.
Yes, they do, when she's continuing telling
No, they're walking on the street.
on the street.
Yeah, they're walking back to the house
Walking back
when
to the
they
house.
when they confront her.
No, because I was watching it before, and as the flashback, because people at the Soma house, they're all eating. Remember, and Yuo's telling the backstory, and then those three other girls, they're watching
we're
it
not-
happen. They wanted to confront them, but they're like, "Oh no, let's take some more pictures first, and then we'll confront her."
I think
We're not in the flashback right
I think
now.
that was a restaurant.
Yeah,
I think that was a restaurant.
Restaurant?
we're currently in the present time part of this episode.
Oh, I'm getting the location mixed up.
No, for some reason this episode does a situation of like we go back to the present and then finish the episode off with the rest of the flashback.
Okay.
But yeah, so like those members that were following them around to the sober shop, like confront her and be like, "We want to beat you in a fight just so we can be famous."
Yeah, and then she just ignores them.
Yeah, she just keeps ignoring them and just keeps walking.
Yeah, and then Kyo's like, "Are you sure you don't know who these girls are?" She's like, "No, I don't, but they keep saying your name.
Yeah.
So it's a very common name." She doesn't say that, but like, that's just a
Yeah,
joke. I
she
have.
just basically belittles them
Yeah.
right there and then they just go.
No, one of them tries to. Oh no, that's not till later.
I
One of them tries to attack her.
think yeah.
Yeah, one of them tries to attack her.
Yeah.
And Yua just holds out her hand, and she's just like, but her arms are too short.
Yeah. She's like
Like it's like
Car-
if you ever
windmill.
seen, yeah, like if you ever seen Star Wars with General Grievous where he waves his hands around without the four lightsabers,
No,
just like that.
no, but in her situation, it's like full on windmill
Yeah.
motion, trying to hit
Yeah.
you.
And I forget what Yuo says, but she says something to her, and then after they leave, she's like, "Oh, I'm not worthy." And the two friends are like, "What?"
But yeah, so we do go back into the flashback parts of the episode, where we find out that like Yuo learns Toru's dad's name is Katsuya. He's not a character at all in the show, but he is appearing in the prequel that's being made.
Are we covering the prequel?
Yes, we will be covering it. I don't know exactly when it comes out,
Oh boy.
but when it comes out, we'll wait until all the episodes are out, or at least like half of it's out.
Yeah.
Then we'll. Actually, no, we should just wait until it's all out, right? Because then we can just like go and watch it all,
Yeah.
and I can take my notes on it, and then we can do the podcast.
Yeah.
But that's for a later
I'm
date.
looking forward to it.
It's interesting because it's going to be going back to, it's going to be before Toru was born, I think.
No, I think it's when she's still a kid, like a
Or
little girl.
that, or like when she wasn't born to when she was a little kid,
Yeah.
most likely. It has to take place before Katsuya dies, which is why I think, like, the story of the cold that Toru was told is not how he died. I think he died to something way worse.
The flu.
That's the same as the cold.
I know, but the flu sounds worse.
No, I feel like it's gonna be like
I noticed that Toru freaks out anytime anyone sneezes.
Yeah.
but that might be just because of what she was told.
Kind of like people these days. Achoo.
Well, yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't necessarily mean that that is actually how he dies, but if she believes it,
Yeah.
then she would still have that reaction.
Or maybe she's a germaphobe.
I think the dad died of, like, Katsuya died of something way more complex than just a common cold that developed into something more.
It was the mafia.
Although, if it turns out it was just a cold that became something way worse, I'm just gonna be like, well done, you actually...
Maybe it was a tumor.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, it's like something really bad. Anyways, we gotta get back to the episodes. So, like, Yuo and Toru hang out a lot more throughout school, and, like, no one's like, they're friends. They're not friends at all.
Yeah, people are a bit suspicious, and like one of the teachers
Like,
comes up.
yeah, they're like, does Toru do bad things?
And it's like,
It's like-
no.
No. So, and Yuo's upset by that.
Yeah.
By association, she's ruining Toru's life in a way.
Yeah.
So she's like, I don't want to be around you anymore.
Yeah.
But she ends up back at the gang, I think.
Yeah, well, because what happened was, Tora was in cooking class, and the person goes, like, are you and you are friends? Like, are you best friends? And you see Tora just, like, blushing, oh, no.
Oh,
I'm
like,
not
yeah,
worthy.
she
I'm not worthy
overhears,
of being
like,
a best friend. And she's like, when she makes some stuff, I made an extra one for you, Chan.
yeah, she hears that, and
Yuo hears
Yuo's
that.
like, she's like happy. That
Yeah, and then
she hears
that's
that.
why she's like, okay, I'm gonna
Leave
leave the gang now.
Yeah, she's like, that's when she ultimately decides she's going to leave the gang.
Yeah.
And so, like, all these gang members, like, all these ladies surround her.
And it's
And they're
like,
like,
you wanna leave the gang?
you gotta get beaten up.
Yeah. So it's not fashion. It's kind of like the reverse of an initiation, like canonized. You know what canonization is?
Not really.
That's what gangs used. I don't know if they still do it, but that was what they used to do. You have to show that you're tough, and so you'd have to fight a bunch of gang members. So they keep coming at you, and you'd have to
defend yourself.
yeah. So it could be like the reverse canonizing.
Well, they're basically like, we're gonna beat you to death.
Yeah.
And so Akimoto manages to sneak away from the whole situation and rushes to Kyoko's house
Yeah.
because she knows where it is because she saw her in the window.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, Yo's getting beaten up. Like, she's gonna die if you don't come and save her.
Yeah, so the crimson butterfly flies out the window.
No, she doesn't jump out the window.
Wings spread out, soar like a moth is just soaring through the night. And she gets
No,
to the-
butterfly a moth?
Yeah, well, she soars majestically like a moth.
No. No, we don't see her going to the place. She just shows up.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
And
She somehow manages to save Yuo and, like, get everyone else off her.
yeah, but it doesn't show how or
Yeah.
why.
It's just like, Kyoko is epic. you don't need to see how epic she is.
It's like a One Punch Man type scenario.
No, I think it's more they're all. It's all like she's like the Crimson Butterfly. She showed up. And they're
Yeah.
like, get away from her. She's gonna beat us up.
Yeah. Those sissies.
Yeah.
And
So
then at the end, Toru's mom is just carrying Yuo on her back.
and giving
like-
her advice.
Yeah, it's
about,
like, oh no, you broke your leg, you can't stand. I'll carry you.
Yeah, and like how there's some feelings that you don't understand until you hit rock bottom,
Yeah.
and then you understand them, and at that point you can get yourself out of it.
Yeah, and then Yuo starts crying.
Yeah,
She be bawling her eyes out.
this moment sort of made me cry a little bit. I will
Yeah,
admit.
you cry a little?
Yeah. Not as much as Your Lie in April. Your Lie in April, when we get to that,
Oh,
that's gonna be
yeah.
a cry fest.
Oh
for
no,
me.
what was that movie you were crying in? We're watching an anime movie. It was
A Silent Voice.
a silent voice.
Yeah, that got me.
when she fell. From the,
I don't.
you're like ah.
No, Bailey. No.
Yeah.
No.
No.
You're giving
what?
spoilers for something that we're not up to yet.
Well, then why did we watch it?
So that we could talk about it when we get to it.
Oh, okay.
And anyways, you're going to be able to watch it again when we get around to it.
Oh boy, I'll bring the tissues
What for?
for you.
For the crying or the other
Crying,
stuff?
yeah,
I am being inappropriate that time.
Alright, so basically, Yuo gets back to Toru's place. She's crying, but she's happy as well because she finally
Yeah,
has what she always needed.
a mother figure
Yeah,
in her life.
she never had it.
And she's like, I want to be Toru's best friend.
Yeah,
One that she can take pride in.
she starts school in the eighth, and that's when in the 8th grade she and Toru meet Hana.
Yeah, they meet Hannah first time. And later on we do get Hannah's backstory and like what happened to her.
But then tragedy strikes.
No, that's the end of the flashback section.
Yeah, but then they're like, should I continue afterwards with what happened?
Well, you gotta remember, like Yuo stops the redhead.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned it before. Like the girl that's like, ah!
Yeah, but then later the flashback happens, where it's like when she died, we get a quick glimpse of that.
Who died?
Toru's mom. Though we don't see her die, but it's like this is when Yuo's mentioning it. It's like a quick little thing she
Yeah,
says.
that's why I didn't put it in notes because it's like it's sort of the same thing, but it's just a
Oh.
different perspective. So Yuo just stops the redhead, whose name is Ishii. Actually,
She-
I actually took the time to look up the person's name.
Mm.
It's just like Yuki and Kyo stand off at the side and just like, no, for a little kid, she should aim lower. To hit
Oh
her.
yeah, and she took that advice to heart. It's like,
No,
I'm
you-
not worthy.
Yeah, and then the last thing we get is like cooking, and she's actually humming the second opening of the show to herself.
Really?
Yeah,
So you mean the
That-
second season?
Hmm?
Second show, or you mean
the second OP.
okay.
So the second opening.
Of the first season?
Yeah, because in the first half had one opening, then the second half had another opening.
Yeah.
It's an odd thing that you see happen in shows. Like they don't just do one opening for the whole season. They sort of do like a few episodes, then they change it up for the next half.
Yeah.
But yeah, she is actually humming the second opening. That's how much I pay attention to music. I am.
Who doesn't love music? Now we're on episode 18.
Episode 18.
Just gonna
And
get a quick drink.
yeah.
I'll be back.
So yeah, Makoto is insistent on Yuki being the student council president. Like, Yuki does not want to do that at all. But that's not the important stuff to the episode until like the very end of the episode for some reason. It's like the two distant threads of this episode connect because of the character Kisa. You say some of the notes, Krokia?
I just sent you a message on Discord, but I will read them and hopefully you can still hear me.
Yeah, I'll have to check it after, sorry.
Okay, I'll just say then my audio keeps cutting out while you're talking.
Well, I think it should be fine on our end.
Okay.
Are you talking now? Because really?
Yeah, I was hungry.
Did you have to get a Tim Tam?
I know, I was so hungry. Well, you know, I got the expired milk, expired orange juice. I was like, oh yeah, I should eat something that's not expired to balance it out.
Croker, did you read the notes or not? Because
I haven't read any of them yet because Bailey started talking about Tim Tams.
An expired orange. Alright, sorry, I'll let you talk.
Alright, which bullet point did we leave off on?
We're at the second one of episode 18.
Hatsuharu comes across Yuki and Toru waiting out in the rain carrying Tiger Kisa.
So yeah, Kisa at the moment's in tiger form because of her bullying, I think it was, exactly. Yeah. And like she transformed, I think mainly because of stress.
Yeah.
And this is like the first time.
Yeah, I think she transformed when she ran away, so it's probably more like being out in the rain that transformed her. But she ran away because of the bullying, so...
And I think that was... Yeah. She ran away because of the bullying, and I think she also transformed because of the bullying more than the rain.
And then Toru's like, oh no, that's such a cute cat. And it's like, oh, I thought you were going to say that.
Yeah,
it's
you
a
just
tiger. Then she goes to pet the little tiger Kisa, and it bites her. I would say Toru's reaction is just so funny. She gets bit, and she's just like, It's not like because it's if any of you have seen. I forget the anime, and the girl, she gets bit by the dog. She just lets her
Nichijou. Yeah, we covered that. It's just like the laser beam.
Yeah. So funny if Tora did that. No.
It's just like right to Hatsuharu's face.
Imagine if they did that in Dragon Ball Z.
That's what I pictured when you said that.
I'm a fire in my blood.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure Kisa transformed because of like the stress of like being ignored and all that.
You know, because they were bullying her because of her hair color, because the Zodiac.
Well, originally it was her hair color, but yeah, it got like went from that to like eye color, then to even whenever she talked.
Yeah.
It's like horrific.
Yeah, that's why you gotta beat up the bullies.
Mm.
Yeah.
You want to take the next
just
point?
Turn into a tiger and bite them.
Yeah.
You want to take the next point, Krokia? Point number 4?
Turn to a dog, given rabies.
Shigure and Hatsuharu tell Toru and Yuki that Kisa doesn't talk.
Well, she can talk, but it's psychological.
Yeah, it's a psychological problem.
Psychological trauma.
Yeah. My favourite type of trauma to watch.
Okay. I like psychological horror.
Yeah, psychological horror, psychological trauma.
So
It's all in the brain.
It's not just jump scares.
It's like the movie Split. I love
Yeah.
the movie Split because the villain had like a psychological.
Yeah, like Fractured. Have you seen
Yeah.
that?
No, Fractured I haven't seen.
It's got Sam Worthington in it. He was the guy that voices Alex Mason in the Black Ops series. And you get some, like, when you're watching it, it's like, okay, some major Black Ops 1 vibes going on here. It's pretty good. But, yeah, getting back on topic, so...
Hatsuharu found Kisa in her tiger form, exhausted and trying to live alone.
Yeah. And so then the mum ends up coming over later.
Yeah.
And she's like, just got this dev hand expression. She's just like, I was so worried about you.
Well, you've skipped the part where Kisa bites Hatsuharu.
Yeah, but he didn't feel it. He was like, oh, it's fine.
He's just like, you got, like, Shigure's like, did you think let it go dark there?
Yeah.
He sort of didn't he?
Yeah.
He's just like,
It looked like he got bit by a snake with the punch of wounds.
yeah, but Tori mixes up Hatsuharu's bleeding and Kisa's running away, and she ends up saying, I'll go stop Kisa-san's bleeding.
Yeah.
Even though Hatsuharu's the one that's bleeding.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me, because of just, how confused do you have to be to mess that up?
Do you think that that was an editing error, or do you think that that was intentional?
It's an intentional character thing, I think it was. Because, like, it seems like something Tori would accidentally do.
Yeah.
I think so too, yeah.
'Cause she's accident prone. It's part of her character. Not all the time, but you know.
And it distracted easily.
Yeah.
So
Much
yeah.
like someone we know.
Yeah. Like us. When we go off.
Yeah.
I bet if you threw like just like a ball, she'd chase after it. You're like, oh, what's that? Oh no, that poor ball has lost its owner. I better go help it find its owner.
I'm
So,
quickly going to turn the light on.
Alright, so sorry, where were we?
Yuki brings up how close Hatsuharu and Kisa are, to which Hatsuharu and Shigure respond simultaneously, jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both just like, you're jealous of Hatsuharu and Kisa's relationship.
Yeah.
Not in the inappropriate way.
He's jealous of the loving nature of it.
Yeah.
Like
Thank
how with Yuo and Tora's mum, how they had that relationship.
Mm.
Oh boy, dice.
Yeah, that's my D&D dice.
Yeah, down and dirty dice.
No, Dungeons and Dragons.
I know.
Dingus.
Yeah, no. Dingus and Ding Dong dice. Okay, Yuki at one point stopped talking for a while, like Kisa has now.
Yeah, so I think this is the episode where we see Yuki's sort of backstory a little bit with the room.
Yeah.
Like a little bit more. Because like in the episode where Yuki and Aikido talk, and Aikido confronts Yuki about not showing up to the event, he has a flashback to the room because Aikido brings it up. So yeah, so we find out that Shigure is like the type of person that would just be like rubbing salt in the wounds of someone just to get a reaction.
Of the fallen adversaries. It's like when someone's on the ground, here, let me help you up, throw some sand in the eyes.
Ah! You bastard!
Like, have you seen Scott Pilgrim vs. the World?
Yes.
He's like, you don't know about the league? Oh, surely, man, let me help you up. Yeah, we'll go grab a beer. Punch.
Or the one thing I was thinking of as you're talking about that is like the decaf bit
Oh,
with the
yeah.
drinks.
Yeah. You know it's Captain America, right?
No, it was.
One of the evil
it was supposed to
X's
be
is-
Superman.
No, yeah, I know. But one of the evil X's. That's the guy that plays Captain America
Oh
in
yeah,
the Marvel movies.
yeah, Chris Evans.
Yeah,
right?
it's fun. Yeah, it's fun. That we. Okay, where were we? Tiger Kisa. Tiger Kisa doesn't want anyone talking about how she is being
No,
bullied,
we already gone
bleeding,
over
is
that. We're
jealous,
down.
Kisa.
I think.
Shigure calls
Yeah.
Kisa's mom to tell her to come get Kisa and take her home. So yeah, then they talk about bullying, and then
Like, why did she not tell
Yeah.
her mum about it?
and Tora goes, "Oh, it's not easy to talk about. You know, sometimes you blame yourself and just
Yeah, and because like Tora herself was bullied in school as well, and when her mum found it, she started apologizing.
yeah,
Like, sort of like a Kami at the
yeah,
yeah
I see where you're going.
at the hot springs.
Yeah.
So yeah, Shigure ends up deciding that Kisa should stay at his place for a while
Yeah.
because like Kisa's grown attached to Toru.
Yeah, and then Kisa turns back into her human form. Is it really a form if she's born human?
Well, considering there's multiple forms to them because of the Zodiac stuff.
Yeah, there's multiple forms to the zodiacs, but not to the human body.
Well, it just
It's-
works.
It's what, Krokya?
It's still a form. It's even though it's their main form. Form just means shape.
I just love that. Oh, Toro, you fool. This isn't even my final form.
At the very end of the first season.
Yeah. Okay, so after Kisa turns back, a few days pass, I think,
Yeah,
and she's
well,
following Toro around.
Well, we do see Hatsuharu reading Mageda and Art manga. Like, I literally wrote, this is starting to look like a Helvetica situation.
Yeah.
Remember Helvetica?
Helvetica, no?
From Nichiju.
Who's Helvetica?
No, Helvetica Standard.
I think so.
It's like the shorts in between the in between parts of the episode.
Oh, okay.
Like there was the one where like this lady goes all the way out to a library just to find a gun in a book. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There
Yeah.
he is.
Sorry, it's just like because I remember bits of Nichiju, like
And
the ones that stand out for me are like just the principal fighting the deer,
yeah.
and then Mo-chan or whatever her name is just beating up the officer. Mio-chan, yeah.
Yeah.
When he goes to see her Yuri page
Just the spin move.
with the goat. But yeah, I remember that part you're talking about.
Yeah, but it's like how about Stand was like small bits throughout the episode.
Yeah.
Like that, like the small like transitional pieces.
Yeah.
And at one point, I even had a movie, and I even researched it, and there was actually a actual book you could get of
Oh, really?
like the Helvetica Standard manga. I do not kid about that. And it's sort of a similar situation with Vegeta and Art. Because there was the movie, then you got the manga, all it needed is the transitional piece in the middle, and you would have had basically what Helvetica Standard had.
Yeah.
But I don't think that ever happens. Which I'm glad for.
No, but they have cosplay in season 2
Oh
that
yeah.
the characters run into.
Also, there was anime as well
Mhm.
of Vegeta and Art. Where I'm pretty sure I already mentioned this point, but the voice actor for Hattori in the original voiced the evil villain in the original in the original show of the original Vegeta and not.
You don't say. You're right there.
I burped. I just didn't want to have
Out your
full
nose.
range. Okay, let's just keep going. But yeah, so like everyone manages to fall asleep, and Yuki's like, "You just rest my head on the shoulder."
Yeah, it's like just let it happen to her. It's like just let it happen for a little bit.
Well, I think Toru's also asleep.
No, Tora hadn't fallen asleep. It was Kisa that was asleep.
Toru hadn't fallen asleep.
No, because when oh, I forgot I keep
Oh,
thinking-
he falls asleep.
Yeah, and Tora's like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Shh, just let it happen, just a little bit." And Tora's just like, "Oh."
So yeah, days have passed, and Kisa's just like following Toru around as close as she can.
Like, as Kyo puts it, like a duckling.
Yeah,
Because you know, if ducklings, the first things it sees, it identifies as its mother.
yeah. Although, like, she even waits outside the bathroom
Yeah.
for Toru to finish her business.
Yeah, and Tora's got a little servant.
Oh no!
But she doesn't. Tora does everything herself. But like, yeah, the
But like, there's like just one moment where she's like walking and like, Kisa just walks right into her back.
yeah.
It's like Toru just stops and Kisa just keeps walking and goes book. Which is just the best thing ever.
Yeah, it's like, oh, we're gonna have dinner. What do you want to eat?
And
She
she has
does-
trouble saying what she wants.
So they build the ladder game, or whatever it's called. It looks like a ladder.
It's basically like those puzzle, like I've seen puzzle games with that sort of thing where it's just like you choose a random line and you gotta be like, and it just follows it. If you get the right one, you move on to the next level,
Yeah.
which is an odd thing for a game because it's so easy to guess which one.
Yeah,
Because
but-
all you have to do is literally just follow it backwards.
yes, and Kyo guessed the wrong one because they're having scrambled eggs to eat. And he's like, "You trying to kill me?"
I think
Tora?"
that
Hmm?
the Toru rigged it anyways.
I don't think she did.
Because
It
when
just
Kyo,
happened-
when
it just
Kyo's
happened
like,
to land
"I'm
on-
not eating this," Tora's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry."
It just happened to land on scrambled eggs with chives.
Oh, that just reminded me when I did that. When Yo met Toru's mom, and Toru's mom grabs it Toru's hands, just like, "Hello." I remember that. It's like, Toru, who's your
friend?
Alright, back on the topic.
But yeah, so Shigure makes a joke at Kyo's stupidity because Kyo actually understands the whole saying of dead in the tree, all that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sitting in a tree.
Kissing.
Yeah. Are you sure? I thought it was Fucking.
No, it's Kissing is the PG version.
Ah, okay. Oh, so I was
But
thinking
if
the
you want
MA
to go the
version.
R18 plus version, or like at least the MA 15 plus
Yeah.
version, go with his version.
Yeah, and then it ends up with a baby in the carriage. You know, the size of a beach
Yeah.
ball. Not
Okay.
too fat or thin, just the size of a beach ball.
A deflated beach ball,
Nah.
or like a half pumped up beach ball.
It's like a circular beach ball, like
Just don't
Like
put
the
your baby
perfect
in the beach
circle.
ball. Don't put your baby in the beach ball. That's how you kill it.
no, or put the babies in the ovens. Unless you're playing Witcher 3, you put that baby right in there.
So yeah, Kisa's mum calls Toru about like to check in on Kisa, and she's actually she tells Toru her favorite food is actually scrambled eggs with chives. So that was the luckiest ladder game ever.
Would you eat that? Scrambled eggs?
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Really depend on Would it just be scrambled eggs with chives, or would I be getting something else?
It's just scrambled egg and chives.
Okay, maybe if that was a side dish and I got like had toast in that, then maybe. All right. Well,
So yeah, now we get into why Kisa is so quiet. And as Bailey said earlier, it was because she was originally bullied because of her appearance, like her hair color, her eye color. I think
Yeah.
even was mentioned.
as for the others, except the dark hair boy came out and beat him up.
You mean Hatsuharu?
Yeah, how he switches back and
Yeah. But for Kisa, she basically shut down because it evolved from general appearance bullying to just treating her like she is nothing.
Yeah.
And also laughing at everything she said. So basically, she just went quiet.
I just love it in anime. When the bullies get what's coming to them. Yeah, it's like there's such as one. The girl, she's bullied and she starts beating the crap out of one of them. It's so great. You see the other bullies just like, and she's just like wailing on this. I just love it because I don't like bullies. I mean, I'm cool with a bully being redeemed, you know, but just like seeing a bully get their ass kicked, that's like, yes. What?
Yeah, I didn't realize what I was doing that whole time.
That's why Misa needs to turn into a tiger.
You didn't realize what I was doing that whole time, didn't you?
No.
I just went quiet and just
Yeah.
because as I was reading, I just went quiet
Yeah.
and just stopped talking.
Yeah, that's why Misa needs to bite them in her tiger form.
I shouldn't make fun of silent people though.
Yeah.
That is not nice of me to do, but it was for the joke.
Like
Shouldn't do it for the joke, but yeah, I
comedy
feel
is
like
subjective. Comedy's supposed
Yeah.
to cross
it's like the
line.
show Taboo.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Haven't seen
It's
it.
like this guy talks to people with a disability, and it's like they gave me permission to make these jokes about their disability.
You don't need permission to make jokes.
No, depends on what you're talking about. Because when you talk about cancer,
Comedy's subjective. Like, you should be able to make fun of everything.
yeah.
You don't need permission to tell jokes. Alright, but anyways, getting back on topic. Where were we?
So yeah, Yuki talks to Kisa. And it's just like he's saying that it's okay. It's not good to be weak, but also being strong is not better.
Yeah.
Like you need to be better. You actually need to focus more on your mental health in a way.
Yeah.
Which is probably one of the best messages to take from this anime.
Yeah.
Like, this anime does a good job of actually talking about mental issues more than anything else, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, and they received the the school letter that's addressed to Kisa. So, and Hatsuharu and Yuki read the letter, and they're disgusted by what they've read,
Yeah.
because it's just like the cliche note of like, oh, you could be better, you just need to come back to school. It's like, the school is the reason why she's so quiet.
Yeah.
It's like, that's counterproductive to helping her.
Well, I wouldn't say it's the school, I'd say it's the students.
Yeah, well, you gotta remember, because of how often the students did it, and the students got away with it, the teachers are also at fault.
Yeah, I guess. So you have to gotta line them all up, 30 lashes.
Hey, no, we're not going that.
Not sexual, just like a punishment.
I know. I'm not saying anything sexual about it.
Okay.
Bailey. I was saying we're not going medieval.
Yeah, like, you know, those children, they lack discipline.
They rack.
Yeah, they lack discipline and need to be punished.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like Croakia, don't you think that some students need to be punished?
Correct, yeah? You're quiet on our end. Let's just continue on and we'll then get back to what.
Alright, so where were we?
So yeah, Kisa actually finally talks for the first time at the end of the episode, and she says that it's like. So yeah, she finally talks and for the first time in a while, and to Hatsuharu and Yuki, and says that she needs to try harder to better herself, or she'll become an even worse person. Which, yes, that is the correct takeaway to this, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Toru gets to hear Kisa talk for the first time as well, so she's like, "Oh," it's like she's really happy about actually getting to hear Kisa talk. And Yuki's like, I'm gonna face his weakness. I'm gonna face my weakness to Aikido. And he also just like, fine, I'll take up the leadership role that you want me to take up. But it's not because you wanted me to. It's like for myself, in a way. We can get through episode 19, then we can end it after that. You there, Krokia?
I am still here, yeah.
God, I thought you had forsaken us.
I thought you. Did you mic
No,
mute
you
or
still
something?
keep cutting out, but I'm still here.
So what do you think about the punishment of children? Do these children who lack discipline need to be punished more harshly
About
in
the
the
what?
schools?
Lack.
They lack discipline and need to be punished.
What?
Because the
what's your-
children bullying Misa, the Tiger Zodiac.
Yeah.
You think there needs to be harsher punishments for them?
It sounds just like the teachers in the United States.
Yeah. Like.
It's just your fault. If you're more confident, they won't bully you. Right? Sure, of course.
It's like.
It's all the bullied's fault, not the bullies.
Yeah.
Just wait until we get to Silent Voice. The first 30 minutes, that is like
wait.
the
What was Silent Voice again?
deaf girl.
Ah, Deathcore, yeah, sorry, I didn't remember the name. I was like, wait, what's he talking about? Oh, yeah.
The Silent Voice is like a perfect example of like how to treat people with disabilities.
Oh, what was that anime? I remember I was watching this anime, and these people are like bullying this kid, and they like put like thumbtacks on his chair. He sits down, he's like, oh, that's okay. And remember, he takes off his shirt, and he's all beaten down. He goes, so really, you can do anything you want, you know? It doesn't bother me. Yeah, it was like said, all the other kids are just like, what? Because it's like a kid, like 14 or something. He's got all these like cuts and that on him. You see, even the bullies are just like, what the hell can we do? This guy,
He's taken so much of a beating, he doesn't feel it anymore.
yeah.
Is that?
Or he just doesn't like, okay, and he's smiling, so go ahead, just do what you want.
Oh my!
So it's just dark, man. Alright, but episode 19.
Yeah. So yeah, Mitsuru showed up at the house, like, need the the manuscript, the next manuscript that Shurei's working on.
Yeah.
But he's not answering the door because he's apparently out at a place called Octopus Dude for Takoyaki.
Yeah, and she's like, you said you'd be here.
And Takoyaki, by the way, is just octopus balls. Not in that way.
No, I
They're
know.
just balls made of octopus.
Yeah, I know. It's like the parts of the octopus, like the tentacles, are made into little balls,
I
right?
don't think they... Well, yeah, they could use tentacles. They just have to remove all the teeth.
Yeah.
They have to remove the beak from the octopus before they can use it.
Have you ever eaten octopus?
Yeah.
I've eaten squid, but not octopus.
Maybe they just blend it all together.
Yeah, they would have to. Like, they would remove the beak and, like, the eyeball and stuff that you can't consume, blend it all up, make it into a ball shape, cook it, and, like crumb it, I think, like, deep fry or cook or whatever, and skewer it onto a stick.
Yeah.
And there you go. That's takoyaki for you. It's actually not
Ta-da.
bad. I've also had, like, the mini baby octopus.
You monster.
No, they were already cooked and dead. But those are delicious. Oh, that was back like when I was able to just have like a whole bunch of seafood and not be sick. But somehow I developed like something to fish. Like that just makes me want to be sick.
Alright, so where were we?
We're on the second point.
Yeah, second.
So,
Mizuru.
oh yeah, so
almost-
yeah, she's rushing off to Octopus Dude to get Sugar Ray to come back and help.
You have to finish the manuscript.
And like Mitsuru almost lands on Ritsu,
Yeah, because she's gone so
and they
far.
both just start apologizing to each other. It's like, I'm sorry. And like
They're-
Mitsuru's apologizing for almost.
They're basically soulmates.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mitsuru's apologizing for almost crashing into Ritsu, and Ritsu's apologizing for just existing, really,
Yeah.
in the area. And Ritsu like freaks out over Toru helping him with the books,
Yeah.
although it's not revealed that he's a him until later on.
Yeah, so because you see,
But we already
knew that.
revealed that spoiler from the last series.
Yeah, from the original.
Yes, and if you haven't seen the original and you're just watching this one, yes, confirmation. She is a trap.
Yeah.
It's like in White Chicks. It's not what you think. He's a man.
All I have to say to
You're
that
sick.
is, kinky. In reference to Has Been Hotel.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, we got something you need to watch later on then,
Uh,
because it's a fun one. It's definitely something you can't really watch as a young kid, though.
Yeah. So Ritsu freaks out over Toru helping him with the books that fell out.
We already read that point.
Toru thinks Ritsu is based on the hair and outfit. Ritsu didn't know what fruits to get for Shigure, so he got Shigure books on fruits instead and robbed us of a fruits basket.
Yeah, he could have just got a basket of fruit, and that could have been the reason for the name of the show.
Like, here, circle what you want, what fruit you like. So fruits baskets, fruits book.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so we find out that Ritsu hopes to be overflowing with confidence, like Ayame.
Yeah,
Ayame is not a person you want to copy.
yeah. I wouldn't say he's the most confident person.
He's not really confident, he's more flamboyant, as they literally say in the show.
Yeah.
And Ritsu is always too fast to apologize, like his mother. Because Akami is his mother. Uh,
I like that name, Akami.
yeah.
Akami go kill.
Oh my
You ever
god.
see that?
No. I
Oh,
can't
no,
make that
you're
kill.
watching. Put it on the list. Ah.
I don't care if that's disgusting.
Uh,
Just shut. It's my way of getting you to be quiet.
Where are we?
Yuki gets home in time for Ritsu's first test of not apologizing. And Ritsu says Yuki is starting to look more like Ame. And she's like, Yuki's just like, okay, bye bye. He's just like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And then, like, so it's just like, and Ritsu's just like, oh, I'm sorry. And then, like, Kyo shows up as well. So, like, and Ritsu just mentions, like, just in general, Yuki and Kyo seem to be getting along a lot more often. And, like, both Kyo and Yuki end up saying that they hate each other. It's like, you okay there?
Yeah, I'm just being quiet.
You're doing what I did earlier?
Yeah, and just, when you burped, you were like, yeah, it's my way to get you to be quiet. So I was like, okay. he just
Okay,
wants
you
him and Krokyo can monologue.
Oh,
Toru ends up hugging Ritsu, and surprise! Ritsu is a monkey, and Toru finds out that Ritsu is male, but has been wearing women's clothes since they were young.
Just like the upper one.
I don't have that much of a problem with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
If you're more comfortable in female clothing, more power to you.
If you can get away with it, like, just
Yeah.
like, oh god, I need to go to the toilet. Good thing I packed this extra dress. Let's go.
Momiji
No, Mitsuru.
feels better. Yeah, Momiji feels better in women's clothes too.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
Toru wasn't surprised.
That's because she knew Momiji was a male, but Ritsu goes more into it. He goes full female, which I wouldn't mind doing myself.
Okay.
Just put that on record right
So
now.
yeah, Mitsuru gets back from Octopus Dude.
Yeah, she found
He
out
said
that he wasn't
Shigure
there.
was home the whole time.
Hey, I got ya.
April Fools.
So yeah,
Yeah,
Shigure calls Mitsuru a stalker to get Ritsu to help get rid of Mitsuru. Which is funny, their names are very similar as well. Ritsu, Mitsuru,
Imagine what their kid would be called.
Ritsu.
They'd have to call it like M or RJ.
MJ.
MJR.
Miru.
No, you don't get the reference.
Chuck?
MJ.
Yeah.
Spider-Man reference.
Yeah, Mary Jane.
Yeah.
What? Mary Jones. That's how it is in the MCU. Takes on her dad's surname, which is Jones.
Oh.
So that's what the MJ stands for, Mary Jones.
Well, I think they just wanted to get away from the Mary Jane being a reference to drugs thing.
Ah, the Mary Jane.
Yeah.
You know there's a drug called like Sally Fields? That they named after? You pop on a Sally.
How did we get
Did you
to
know
drugs
there's
again?
a drug called Mary Jane?
Well, Croaky.
It's marijuana. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, did you know that there's a drug called marijuana?
I thought it was Mary Juana.
Oh my gosh.
Also, did you know that Shigure calls Mitsuru a stalker.
Yeah, we already mentioned that
Yeah.
point. Because that leads
yeah.
into the next point of Mitsuru preparing a noose to hang herself.
I can't live in
I
a
love
world.
those suicide jokes, don't you?
I can't live in a world where Shigure doesn't finish the manuscript. Goodbye.
So yeah, like Ritsu pokes his head out to like see what Mitsuru's doing, and that's where the suicide joke is. And then Mitsuru sees Ritsu peeking his head out, and it's just like they start fighting over opening and closing the door. And like Mitsuru manages to win. Ritsu manages to win and gets the door closed, and then he like peeks out again, and there's another suicide joke with Mitsuru writing a suicide note / will to her mother and father before stepping it back up to the news.
It's like, goodbye, mother, father.
It
It is I
so-
who left the fridge open and let all the food go to waste last
Oh,
summer.
it's so
I
bad.
am
though.
sorry. This is why I must shed my corporeal form and ascend to the heavens.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, where were we?
So Mitsuru is just like after the myriad of suicide jokes, Mitsuru is just like Shiro's like, okay, that's enough, and gives her the manuscript,
Yeah.
and she's like just so happy to have the manuscript.
How far would he have taken it, do you think?
I think he would have taken it to the point that she died.
Because he loves screwing with her and he loves just pushing.
He would take it to the point that she is literally choking, and then he'd come along and like grab her legs, lift her up, and take the noose off.
And be like, just lift up her legs. Here's the manuscript. Now she's just hanging. What's that behind your ear? It's the manuscript.
Oh, we're so bad, aren't we? Although
Yes.
it's the show's fault for going that far.
Alright, so what's after the manuscript?
So yeah,
Can't see, my eyes are just fucked.
Ritsu ends up going into another apology frenzy because he knocked the coffee onto the manuscript, and the manuscript is ruined. So now Shigure has to write it all again.
No!
Yeah. And like somehow he manages to go from just running out of the room to the roof in 5 seconds.
Yeah, he's that good.
Just like a monkey.
Yeah, but if he transformed to get up there, there's no way he would have clothes on.
Oh, it's best not to question it. It's like in Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. After Ezio makes the sex with Katarina or whatever her name is, she quickly dresses in 7 seconds.
But yeah,
It's that quick. It's hilarious.
If he did transform to get up there though, there'd be a lot of wind flapping around down below.
Ugh.
We'll be seeing some
Monkey balls.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Why does it always come back to that? It's every single time it manages to come back to dog.
Alright. Where are we now?
Oh, Croakia just dropped out. Look, we've got.
Tokyo. No.
We'll just finish off the points for this episode, then we're gonna have to end it.
Okay. Oh no. Ow. Ow. Ow.
So yeah, so there's like a whole monologue that went for so long that Toru's able to get all the way up to the roof as well, and talk him down from jumping.
Yeah. But he's a monkey. He's gonna land on his feet.
No, that's cats.
Yeah, I assume monkeys are quite agile creatures too.
No, but you're thinking about cats.
Yeah, I know, but I assume monkeys would be agile enough to land on their feet. I mean, if they can kick a person and knock them down, steal their phone and run, then I'm pretty sure they can land
Yeah.
on their feet.
Yeah, well, Toru manages some, like, nearly falls off the roof, but the gutter prevents her fall, of all things.
Yeah,
It's like, what?
I've got to
Again,
fail.
the physics is just like, doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and Toru manages to talk Ritsu down from the roof. And they're just like, and like Ritsu and Misuru are both just like sitting down on the ground, like in like this, like on their knees, like, you know, the seating position I'm talking about. I'm trying not to make it sound wrong. Like the traditional Japanese way of sitting.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ritsu tells Mitsuru about how he caused trouble for everyone around him since he was young, and that he has the audacity to live and to find a reason for being born. I think this is like when they going out to buy takoyaki from Octopus Dude
Yeah.
and bring it back to Shigure. And when they get back, Shigure reveals that Ritsu's a guy.
Oh no! What?
And and that like causes yet another round of apologizing between the two of them, and somehow they still manage to become friends. So next time we've only got 5 episodes left.
Oh boy!
Actually no, 25, 24, 23,
So
22,
it's not
21, 20. No, we got 6 episodes
6
left.
episodes. All right.
Not that bad, isn't it?
Look.
But we're gonna have to end this episode here. Crocky has fallen off the face of the Discord world.
Falling down and he can't get up.
Is there a reference?
I don't know. I heard it somewhere, but I don't remember where.
I feel like that's like from an anime or something.
I don't know. Maybe.
Anyways, we're gonna end the episode here. Links will be in the description to both of my channels and both of Bailey's channels. Oh no, channel and other content.
Yeah.
Although they're both technically channels, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot easier just to say channels, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when the next video comes out. A ding, a ding. I'm the Mad Scientist. Mad Scientist out.
It's got the third thing.
Oh. Screw it.
It's to say ding, a ding, a ding, and I'm supposed to go, ah! Scream as loud as I can.
My brain is just not functioning at the highest peak.
He's
We'll
the
see
mad scientist. Mad scientist signing out.
We'll see you all in the next video.
Peace.